In the backyard, we see a small, skinny kid trying unsuccessfully to take something from two older and larger set boys. Hey, come on, I want to play, the smaller boy begs. Wait your turn, one of the chubbier boys says. But you and Seb have been playing for 20 minutes and it's my bat, he says back. Fine, take the bat, David says, handing it out. The boy tries to take it, but David takes the bat, hitting him in the arm with it. Too slow, the boy shouts, making the younger boy cry. Ow, that hurts! Stop it! The boy says back. Stop being a baby! What are you gonna do? Tell on us again? He says, pushing him down. Ow! Stop it! The boy cries. Relax, we're just teasing, Seb says, putting the kid in a headlock through his arms. Come on, you can do it, they say, further teasing the boy as he cries. Back in the present, Brandon snaps out and walks with the others, bringing the remaining dogs. They were coming back with two men that they captured. Both are blindfolded and brought to the camp. Brandon looked and saw them. This one took 3 shots before we finally got him down, Chase states to the head brothers. Well, we'll question them soon enough. Take them to the workshop. Xavier goes towards his brother. I need you to listen to me. I don't want a repeat of last time, he says to him. I want their camp location, not another corpse. So don't fail me again, he tells him. I won't get carried away again. Sorry, brother, Greg says, nervous. Brandon watches as they take away their 2 captives. Brandon looks in shock, seeing Benjamin. Xavier walks to them. Brandon, I want you and Chase to take 2 more men and patrol the west side of camp, and keep an eye out for any more trespassers. Peter and Kyle will take the east side. Brandon was awestruck. Brandon, double time, Xavier commands. Brandon snaps out of it, taking his gun and leaving. Benjamin hears Jace panicking. Ben, are you there? He shouts. Shut up, he hears, as Jace is struck on the back. Benjamin gets pissed and headbutts Greg behind him, breaking his nose, and kicks one of the men down to the ground. Careful with this one, Greg, as Xavier jams Benjamin with a taser, knocking him to the ground. I'm gonna kill you, Greg shouts. You'll do no such thing. It was your own fault. You should have restrained him better. Buddy, Greg says, angry, before getting interrupted by Xavier. Hold him down. What's your name? Benjamin doesn't say anything. Xavier wasn't impressed with the silent treatment, grabbing him by the hair. I hate the silent types, almost as much as the squealers. He looks towards Jace, restrained in the corner. Take his blindfold off, he commands. The men listen to him as Xavier pulls out his taser, hitting Benjamin again. Benjamin drops in pain as Xavier pulls out a knife. You two need to understand who you're dealing with. Hold him down for me. As soon as Benjamin heard those words come from his mouth, he tried to pull his throwing knives out of his sleeve as he broke one hand free, but at least 4 men grabbed a hold of him, preventing him from using it. He drops the knives down as Xavier picks it up. You had a secret knife. That would have been bad if we didn't find it, he says, taking it away. Benjamin looks at Jace. No matter what happens, don't tell these bastards anything, Benjamin states. Xavier looks back at Benjamin. Wow, you aren't even scared. And your friend looks like he just wet the bed. He goes to Benjamin as the men hold him down. Benjamin looks at all their faces, confusing. What are you doing? He asks. Making sure memorize all your faces, because when I get out of here, I'll make you all suffer worse than any human being has experienced before, he says threateningly. Xavier bends down and places the knife at Benjamin's back, right in the shoulder. Benjamin grinds his teeth as Xavier slowly makes a diagonal line across his back. My name is Xavier, and even if somehow you inexplicably and miraculously survive the night, you're gonna remember that name and me for the rest of your life, Xavier says, emotionless, as he continues carving into Benjamin's back. As Benjamin uses every fiber of his strength to not scream. Ben! Stop! We can work something out! Please! Jace shouts. Benjamin doesn't scream, grinding his teeth, as the man continued to hold him down. A large, bloody X was made onto Benjamin's back. Xavier takes a bottle of alcohol lying on a shelf. Well, don't just stand there, he says, handing Greg the bottle, as Greg pours it on Benjamin's back, as Benjamin shakes violently, trying to break free. Elsewhere, Rachel and everyone discuss on the next step. Benjamin wants us to go back for him and, Rachel says before John interrupts her. We'll die, John says. And if that happens, we'll never be able to save Benjamin and Jace. Look at our current state, he addresses everyone. Rachel's got a dog bite on her leg. Jeff's got a bullet hole in his. So you want us to leave my brother? Screw you, John! Victor shouts. Carla stands between them. Victor, shut up and let him finish, Carla warns him. Everyone stops talking as John continues. I didn't say we weren't going after him. I just needed to tell you all that we needed a plan. We don't know how many people are in this group that attacked us. It's obvious they're not the Ragers who attacked us back home. Now, we need to determine who's coming with me and who's staying here, John states. But Victor says he's going, and Rachel agrees, saying that she'll go with him, telling them that Benjamin would go back for them. In the trailer, Jace screams as his arms are sliced by Xavier with the blade. At the other end, Benjamin is breathing heavily, his clothes stained bloody red with multiple cuts all over his body. This one won't scream. You want to trade? Greg asks. Benjamin looks at the two of them with deft glances and twists the handcuffs, trying to get free, as Jace screams out, Why are you doing this? You monsters! Xavier turns around, slicing Jace in the face, hitting him in the eye. Jace screams as his eye bleeds. Seeing this, Benjamin jumps up, trying to get free, nearly tearing the flesh from his handcuffs, as he screams in anger. The brothers look to see Benjamin pulling with all his might, drawing blood to his wrists. Look at that, Xavier says in astonishment. Xavier turns, seeing him, and signals his brother. I think he's growling at us, Greg says, kicking Benjamin down. Like a dog, Greg says, grabbing him by the hair. Who are you protecting? You got a family back home at your camp? We love to meet them too. Only reason anyone would suffer this much would be for a girl or something. You got a girl you're protecting? Benjamin loses it and jumps forward, headbutting Greg in the face again, drawing more blood. Greg drops down to the floor, screaming, clenching his nose in pain, as Xavier kicks Benjamin until he's down again. Benjamin lies down, too injured to move after a series of kicking, as Xavier moves and picks up his brother and moves him out of the way. You stupid idiot, he says, looking over Benjamin before pulling something from his pocket. My men found this little trinket in your pocket, he says, pulling out a small ring. Benjamin looked shocked at seeing it. It's not yours, Benjamin says with vengeance and pain in his voice. Xavier tosses the ring to the floor and goes over to the table at the side and reveals a machine with a car battery connected to wires. Greg takes the wires. Now, this is gonna hurt, kid. Do you know what this is? Electric shock is more painful than you can ever imagine. One last chance to tell us where your people are. Benjamin doesn't say anything, and when they try to move closer, he pushes his legs out and tries to kick him away, but his legs were tied up. As Greg shoves the wires into Benjamin, Benjamin screams from the shock as he drops down, collapsing before everything fades to black. Benjamin finds himself in a dark place, all alone. Hello? He sees a figure in the darkness and realizes he had no weapons on him. The figure comes closer to him. A bloody-soaked young man holding a bloody knife. Benjamin was shocked, not at how terrifying the man looked, but how he especially looked. He had piercing blue eyes and brown hair that was caked and dyed in blood. Benjamin knew this couldn't have been real, because it was like he was looking in a mirror. "Remember me?" Benjamin asked. Later in the night, the crew walk in the forest with Carla shouldering Rachel. "Thank you for helping me," she says in gratitude. "Of course, I can't let anything happen to you. Benjamin would never forgive me," she tells her. "We're gonna find him," Rachel affirms. Carla isn't sure. "Rachel, I know you don't want to hear this, but even Benjamin isn't immortal. Anything could have happened. I don't want you to get your hopes up on us finding him." While walking, Morrill growls and starts barking as John raises his gun. "Drop your weapons!" he shouts at the figures in the dark. Chase, Brandon, and the others aim their guns at the crew. "That's not gonna happen! Surrender and you might live!" Chase says back. Brandon looks at them, trying to speak, when Victor shouts, "Where's my brother? If you hurt him, I swear I'll... Final warning to drop your weapon!" When the man stops as a bullet goes through his head, Brandon aims his gun, shooting Chase in the body before moving out of the way, ducking into the ground for cover. The crew all become shocked, but Carla and Victor fire their guns as the soldiers are completely distracted. Brandon fires his gun into one of their backs before John aims his gun at him. Brandon tosses it away, holding his hands out. Hello?" Victor gets closer, aiming his gun when Rachel stops him. "Victor, wait!" she tells him before turning around to the young guy on his back touching the ground. "Why did you do that?" she asks, perplexed. "Because I wanted to help. Please don't kill me. Otherwise we won't be able to save Benjamin," he states, shocking everyone. "How did you know we were looking for him?" John asks. "Who cares? He probably interrogated him," Victor says. "Benjamin wouldn't give up his name to a group that attacked us," Carla rebuttals, turning to Brandon. "You have Benjamin? Where is he?" Carla asks. Rachel starts talking. "All we want are our friends back. Can you please take us to your camp?" she asks. "Well, I can't say no to a face like that," Brandon says, complimenting her. "What did you say?" Victor asks defensively. "Sorry, I make myself look like an idiot when I get scared or excited. My sense of humor is a gift and a curse." "Why did your people attack us?" John demands. "I'm so sorry about that. We were looking for these raiders that we've been at war with since it all started. We were using our hunting dogs to try and track them down. Then take us to the bastards and we'll kill both of them," John states. "John, are we seriously going to trust this guy? We shouldn't. What if he signals his people on our way there and they kill us all?" Victor shouts, before Rachel grabs him by the shoulder. "Victor, if you have any other idea on how we can save them, please tell us, because we're losing time," she says. "We can't trust him. We should trade him for Benjamin and Jace," Victor shouts. "Wait, you can trust me. I want to save Benjamin too," Brandon pleads. "Why would you want that?" Carla asks. "Because Benjamin is my best friend," he tells them truthfully. Everyone stops talking, all looking at each other, very confused. Victor steps forward. "You really expect us to believe that?" he asks. "No, but maybe you'll believe this, Doubting Thomas. Front right pocket. It's the only way," he states. Rachel steps forward. "I'll do it," she states, going into his pockets. "The other one," Brandon says, correcting her. "Oh, sorry," she says, looking through the other one. Rachel pulls out a wallet and decides to open it up. The very first photo she sees are two young men next to each other. Rachel was dumbfounded, looking at the photo, gasping and nearly in tears as she aimed her flashlight, with everyone looking at her confused. "What is it?" Carla asks. Rachel cries. "It's him! It's Benjamin! He's telling the truth!" she says, happy. John and Carla smile, while Victor and his father look hesitant. "Well, I'll be," John says when he hears some growling. One of the men they killed prior was reanimating. Carla calls to John. "I got it," he says, walking towards it. Brandon steps forward. "Wait, stop! We might need them," he states. "I got an idea," he tells everyone. "How is this happening?" Benjamin asks. "How is this possible?" "I don't know, genius. I'm in your head. I only know what you know," his darker self states. "I know who you are, but why are you like that? Why am I seeing you?" Benjamin asks. The other Benjamin answers him. "You know the dark, twisted side you always keep locked away? That is me," he states. "Every twisted thought you've ever had, every time you brutally murdered someone, I'm what Rachel would be terrified to see," he states, making Benjamin angry. "Shut up! You're wrong!" he shouts, grabbing him. "You're right, brother killer. Rachel saw plenty of me when you protected her from Damien, didn't she?" Benjamin slams him into the ground and starts beating him. "I am not you!" "Not with how you've been going. If I was in charge, those guys would already be dead, and you know it. Don't you remember that night in the basement?" "Of course you do." Suddenly, Benjamin found himself kneeling on the ground in a dark basement with his persona gone. Benjamin saw and looked at his hands covered in blood and looked to see his persona standing over a tied and restrained Mortars on a chair. "You never hated anyone as much as him. I don't blame you, though," his persona says. Benjamin watches as his persona turns around and rips off one of the nails from Mortis' finger off, making him scream in pain. "Stop! Please! Don't do this! You don't have to do this! You can just stop! Please!" he pathetically begs. Benjamin looks more sinister. "I remember saying those exact words when you had a gun to my mother's head that night," Benjamin says as he pulls another nail off of him. "Tell me, what did you do?" Benjamin asks, demanding an answer. Mortars is too scared to answer him, so Benjamin pulls out even a third nail from his body. Mortars calls him a monster. "I'm a monster, huh? You said it yourself. You have to become a monster to defeat monsters. I realize something from this. To protect people, you have to kill people. People like you. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to kill you. This pain you're experiencing is nothing to what you put me, Sean, and the others through. You will feel every nail ripped, every finger broken, every teeth pulled, every eye plucked out, and then you will still not know what it's like," Benjamin tells him. Benjamin watches his former younger self continue to torture Mortars, not looking away. He watches as he follows through with his promise and removes every piece of the man, piece by piece. Back with the crew, Carla is leading a small group of the fresh turned soldiers that they killed. Luckily, they're gagged and tied so they don't make a sound or bite anyone. Rachel struggles, so Brandon helps carry her. So, how do you know Benjamin? I mean, how did you meet? He asks. Rachel opens up. He saved my life last year? Brandon is amazed. Really? Man, that guy really can't help himself, can he? What do you mean? Rachel asks. When we were kids, 9 or maybe 10 years old, some bullies were picking on me. Benjamin stepped in and fought them off. It was crazy. He got both guys to run away screaming to their houses, even though they were bigger and a little older than us. Rachel gets curious. Why were they picking on you? She asks. I honestly don't remember all that much. I think I had a toy they wanted to borrow from me, and when I told them I couldn't let them, they wanted to take it from me. They ended up breaking it, but I got something much better that day. Meeting my best friend in the whole world. God, I missed so much time with him. I wanted to see for myself and catch up on all the lost time, he states somberly. How did he save your life? Brandon asks. Last year, my family and I were attacked by walkers at our camp in the forest, and he saved us. I didn't see it. My brother told me because I was knocked out, but Benjamin took all of us to his community, his home, and really made us feel welcome. I never met anyone as strong or as nice as him. He was really something, she states. That's awesome! So, are you guys dating or something? Brandon asks. Rachel gets flustered. No! I mean, we're not... What? Why would you... Rachel sighs. Sorry, I'm only teasing, he apologizes. Can we please just focus? How are we going to get Benjamin back? If you have a big group, she asks. John and Carla agree. Yeah, what's the plan exactly? They ask. Brandon takes out a whistle. This dog whistle is for our dogs. Once they hear it, they'll run to you. So someone will need to get up on a tree or car or something. We got some vehicles stashed hidden away at the park entrance half a mile south, so you can use those, and then we can drive to your home, he says. Then we can use Xavier's men following us to distract the north side, away from the trailer where they're keeping Benjamin and Jace. It also keeps them from going to the cars, which is our escape plan. After that, we sneak in. I'll pose, pretending to be injured, so you guys can take them out. We get Benjamin and Jace from the trailers and head to the cars, and we're home free, Brandon finishes. Victor questions him. How do we know you're not leading us into a trap and you're really loyal to them? Victor asks, untrusting of him. Brandon gets annoyed. Look, I killed those men I was with. Why? Because I had to. I will do anything to save Benjamin. He's not just my best friend, he's a brother to me. So I know how you're feeling, and the longer you delay me saving them, the angrier I'll be. So just shut up and let me help you guys already, he shouts. John gets between them. We're actually here, Brandon states. This is as close as we can get to the border without them seeing us, he tells everyone. Alright, Carla, take our friends over there and wait for my signal, he commands. And please, be careful, he warns her. Jeff, you take your son to the park entrance and kill anyone you see there. When you're ready, blow the whistle and distract the dogs. Jeff is annoyed. Why can't I go after my son? He asks, angry. Because I need fast people with me, and your leg can't run. We're going after both of them, and if we have to carry them, you're in no condition to do so, he rebuttals. Jeff accepts, despite his anger. This is probably for the best. After everyone leaves, Brandon asks if they have a dead walker corpse anywhere. While on patrol, a couple of guards wearing night vision goggles see someone and aims their guns. Brandon, visibly bleeding, screams for help, coughing. "It's me, Brandon! Somebody help me!" he begs. The guards remove their goggles, running to him. "Oh, thank God! Please help me!" he says convincingly. "Brandon, where are the others?" the guard asks. Oh God, they were torn apart by the Vikings. They ambushed us, chopping every one of their heads off. They were saving me for last. I ran and I just left them there. I couldn't save them," he says, crying. "I'll go get Xavior," when suddenly the man is stabbed through the chest from the back. The guard looks in shock until Brandon plunges his knife into his neck, the other guard killing him. "Nice work, kid," John compliments, pulling his blade from the body. Guys?" Rachel gets their attention nervously. "What's that?" The men look and turn to see a massive light in the distance. It felt hot, extremely hot. There was a massive fire rising above the trees. The group looked and saw everyone in the camp panicking. Everyone was shouting, "Get more water!" a woman shouted. Peter and Kyle continued to dig holes and put their dirt into shovels. People were throwing dirt on the massive fire. The trailer was on fire, and it was spreading all over. Xavier told his people to get back. Rachel turned towards Brandon, grabbing him. "Where's Benjamin?" "He was in the trailer," Brandon says, and without thinking, runs into the clearing. Rachel tries to follow and go after him, but John stops her. "Rachel, no! They'll see you!" John looks around, worried, seeing some walkers coming towards them. He holds Rachel in his arm and uses his blade to stab the walker coming towards them. "They're gonna find us! We have to go, and we can't fight off the dead too! This won't work! We can't stay here!" he shouts. Rachel cries, trying to get free. "But what about Benjamin?" "He's not in the trailer. We'll find him another night. I promise," as he tells the grief-stricken young girl. She looks back at the camp as Brandon runs to Xavier. "What happened?" he shouts, asking his leader. "I don't know. Something started a fire here and it's spreading fast. Can barely breathe," he says. Brandon covers his mouth, coughing. "Can we stop it?" "I don't think so," as Peter comes running. "Guys, walkers are coming towards the fire. The camp won't survive. We have to go," he shouts. "I'm not leaving our home. Not again. My brother is missing." "You don't have a choice. This fire will attract walkers for miles," Peter says, giving him an ultimatum. Xavier curses, saying they don't have a choice, as he notices Kyle and the others killing walkers and orders Peter and everyone else to go and gather everything and everyone they can carry out of here. Brandon leaves, taking one last look, seeing Rachel and the group. He leaves with his group. As the fire and smoke get closer, the large fire spreads into the forest, setting the entire park ablaze. Xavier runs to his family. "Talia, get the kids and go to the cars now!" he shouts. Elsewhere, Carla sees the massive fire and takes off in the woods, while Victor and his father watch the massive fire. As Victor looks terrified and turns to his father. "Dad, I think I see people coming," Victor says. His dad reloaded his gun. "Then get ready to fire. Don't let any of them live," Jeff says before firing his gun. Back in the backyard, we see the mean older kids in the backyard, coughing and bleeding as the smaller kid stands on top of them, covered in bruises. The young boy had a bloody nose, looked furious. "Mom! Dad, help!" the boys cried out. Suddenly, a man and a woman come from the driveway through the car. The young woman comes running to the little boy. "What happened, sweetie? Are you okay?" The kid doesn't respond as the woman talks to her son. "What happened? Benjamin, what happened?" his mother shouts. In the woods, there was someone walking by himself, all alone. He was walking with someone as his hair and clothes were stained in a very dark blood color. He was drenched in blood from head to toe. He was walking like he was injured. He noticed a walker in the distance. He pulled out a knife, stabbing it in the head. The man turned around and continued going on his way.